Hi guys to everyone, I'm Ada from Poison Drop. Today I have the honor to have with me Marco from Serenity. How are you, Marco, first of all?
I'm fine. I'm on tour right now for acoustic tour with jokes from Whitesnake and Brandon Gibbs from Poison, and we are having tons of fun. But we are in the middle of nowhere.
Greetings to John.
Okay. The thing is,
a long time ago.
Okay, cool. The thing is, we are in the middle of nowhere in Germany, so I hope the connection will be cool.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's more on the road. I wish to be on tour. I wish to be on some travel as well. It would be even funnier. But it's fine. I mean, before getting a little bit about Serenity, speak a little about Serenity. Marco, you have an amazing background as an Italian, especially musician and a guitarist. You are. So I wanted to ask you a little bit about yourself, like. How do you, Marco, your background music and how this starts everything? Like you weren't born and already had the guitar in your arms when you were out of the womb of your mom. So I mean, probably could be, but we don't know.
So I started to play guitar when I was 11 years old. Okay. I started to play classical guitar, and then after a couple of years I totally fell in love for hard rock, Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, especially Black Sabbath. And then I started my very first rock metal band, original tracks I have to say, when I was 14 years old. And then I started very young, yes. And then back then I started to write my very first tracks here and there for these bands. And I think when I was 15 years old, I started to sing, but just because I was not able to find a proper singer, and that, for sure that's the every time the same answer, but it was quite difficult trying to find a proper singer. That's the reason why I started to sing. And after, I think, a few months or just 1 year, I tried to learn some skills about vocals in general, listening some fantastic tracks from Elwin, Dream Theater, Iron Maiden, and whatever.
Went into the technical side of music, let's say.
Yes, I mean, I never took a vocal lesson in my life, but at least I started to learn and took some skills from my favorite album of all time, from Elwin, Maiden, and this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then with my first bands, I played my first shows in general. And then as a singer, I started to play tons of gigs in all parts of Italy, especially the north, for sure. And then when I was 20 years old, I started to play with Secret Sphere, and then I started to travel Europe.
That's why I remember your name, because I was like, I remember. Secret Sphere is an amazing, one of the bands that made the history of music in Italy. You know, we have a good band, but not so many. I mean, not so well known. It's not easy in Italy to reach the name. Secret Sphere is a good band that had a huge as well success abroad.
Yes, I mean, back then with them we played everywhere. I mean, we played in Wacken, we played in Europe, we did a tour with the Gambarei, we played a couple of times in Japan.
Am I wrong, or there was as well Michele Luppi? If I'm right.
With Michele, exactly, with Michele Luppi. Exactly.
Yeah, we spoke a little bit Secret Sphere with Michele some times ago. So that's a beautiful, I mean, you have a career that's basically of a professional musician right now. It's not just anymore someone that loves to play. So
no.
It's like a job. I don't want to say 24/7, but I mean you're on tour, so you can say that. And you're involved with several projects at the moment. You're with Serenity, Temperance, but I mean, where are you going right now?
I mean, right now I'm playing my very first solo acoustic tour. Because you know, during the years I received some offers to play in acoustic, and I think this year I played already some private shows all over Europe in acoustic, and then I received this offer to play with Joe, and it was quite cool. It's 15 shows all over Europe, and it's pretty cool. We have 5 shows left.
5 shows left?
5 shows left between Germany, Netherlands, and Belgium, and that's it.
Wow, we have a lot of viewers in Belgium. Where are you gonna be in Belgium?
I don't remember the name of the venues.
I mean, like Flanders in the upper part, or like French?
I mean, one is not so far from Bruxelles.
Okay, French. So, but it's
exactly.
Cool that, yeah, because there are a lot of people following us from Belgium. So
okay, cool.
That's good to know. And as well from Germany. I mean, basically, I think that they are the main country in Europe that they are following us. So that's cool. I mean, I'm happy to know. You know, we in Italy really have an amazing musician. Let's see, Michele. He was hired by Whitesnake. You basically, Joel asked you as well. So, I mean, I think it's an musical orchestra. He's amazing. He's really an amazing person, guitarist. It's Joel, we can say that. But, so, how do you feel? I mean, if you were like that 14 years old, you know, teenager back then, do you ever imagine to be right now where you are?
I don't know, because I mean, this is a very simple tour. It's not a big tour. It's a medium small tour, I have to say. And I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean as well,
yes.
With the Serenity and Temperance as well.
Sure, but I mean, okay. I mean, with Temperance, it's very cool because it's my main band, and it was it's already a sort of achievement for me, able to play all over the world. We play in US, in Japan, in Russia back then, and in every part of Europe several times. It's already pretty cool, I have to say, and I'm very proud of this band. But first of all, I'm really proud of my bandmates because I'm sharing this journey with such fantastic people, so it's very cool.
Beautiful. And I mean, going back to all your background, how do you basically get in touch with Serenity? Because they are as well a beautiful and amazing band that are, I mean, it's not my main genre, but when I listen to Serenity and Temperance, it's like, I like them. I mean, just
cool.
Really like that. So, I mean, how do you join? Because you joined recently, Serenity.
Yes, just 6 months ago. So basically, I started to work with them 5 years ago. No, maybe remember it now. Just as a songwriter, because the singer Georg is a big fan of my songwriting process in Temperance and other bands. And back then, he asked me to help him to write some stuff for Serenity. And I wrote, I think, 3 or 4 tracks for the previous album.
Last
night, exactly.
Yeah.
And then we did together another project called Fallen Century with Georg and me. We released this one with AFM just 1 year ago.
Okay.
And then when we started the process to write a new Serenity album, NEMESIS, it was quite... NEMESIS A.D. It was quite natural for them asking me to join the band because first of all, they need a second guitar player, and also because sometimes Chris, the lead guitar player, is not available because he's playing with Beyond the Black, this is a band from Germany. And they asked me to join the band, and I said,
that's cool. I mean, and of course, so basically, when you started let's say the writing process of NEMESIS A.D, you weren't yet officially in the band.
No.
So you basically became part of the band during and later the process of writing.
Just when we finished to write all tracks, just before to start the vocal recordings, I think.
So, but the good thing is that like you are involved in the last work as well, and in the previous one a little bit. So I can ask you, before focusing a little bit on the NEMESIS A.D, since you saw as well the composing of both, and you were involved, which is the main? I think, I mean, in your opinion, as composer, as a writer, in the composition as well of music and sound from last night to Nemesis A.D.
So basically, in my opinion, the biggest difference is we put even more elements in this album. For example, Serenity, they never released a track like Reflections, and I wrote this one, so it's pretty cool, I have to say. It's the longest track Serenity ever released, I think.
Admit it. And that's when you were listening. It's the influences where you were listening Dream Theater for the longest.
Exactly. But I mean, it's not very prog. It's more into musical meatloaf at Gaia Vantage, I have to say.
Yeah.
And then probably the bigger difference is also about the orchestral symphonic elements, because for the first time Serenity worked with this Italian artist Daniele Mazza from Ancient Bards, and this guy worked with me also with Temperance. That's the reason why he's working with Serenity right now. And I think it is such a fantastic job on the album, and he puts the symphonic elements even more than the previous stuff.
Okay, so and I mean in this Nemesis A.D, which will be released the 3rd of November. So because of course we have to say it because people will always forget it. Probably after, I mean, let's say probably the interview will be released after. So the album is already out for the people that will listen to the interview, so we can speak a little bit better. There is lyric-wise, who is in charge of this part of the writing the lyrics and of the album?
So basically, Chris and Georg, they used to write all the lyrics, and this album is focused on Albert Dürer from Nuremberg, from Germany. This fantastic artist for the, I would say, not a middle age, a little bit later, but yes, more or less.
Yeah, but
and yes.
So, that's a bit good because it's you. If you want, let's say, you think it's like a team album, like a concept album, or it's more like going through a journey of a song in general?
I would say it's a concept album, but like the other Serenity album, is a concept album with not a journey from the beginning to the end of the album, but every track is based on some artwork or some arts from Dürer in general.
Yeah, because that's what's beautiful about Serenity, that they have this. They talk about this topic, which can be historical topics, literature. So apart from a lot of bands that we know in the scene, they take mythology and that, which is it's beautiful indeed, but it's so much common. Serenity has this. They choose to be different and talking about people that as well from Italy, like a historical figure, which is important and spread awareness. So that's really cool, and that's why we have to spread that. It's like, if you are in America and in some part of the world, maybe you just read that online on the history book. But to people that where we live in Italy, we that in high school, our high school is how much we study that figures.
Unfortunately, I have to say not a lot.
Really?
If I have to come back in the past when I was in the high school, I really would love to study a little bit more about this kind of stuff. But probably I was too focused on music and girls back then.
Yeah, but I mean, we have always to pursue our dream, because sometimes even when you're young, I mean, it's okay when you're young. Say to the kid, to the teenage that will study, don't get distracted, but pursue passion, because studying is important, because you have to, of course, have something in the background as well. But while pursuing your dream, because you just go and study, you know so many things that you in the later period of your life, like even growing up, you can't do it anymore. I mean, I can't drink as I was drinking when I was in my 18 years old. I'm too old for drinking, really. So you have to have fun and pursue your dream anyway.
Yes, and I have to say we are so lucky to be in a place like Italy, because Italian people, we are used to complain every time, but we are so lucky to have a sort of education and we are living in a country with tons of historical stuff, such a big history, and tons of people out there are very jealous about the Italian people.
Yeah.
I have to say.
We have a lot of, because all the time, and we have to like completely destroy this myth that there is always a separation in Italy because about each country. I mean, from outside it can be, there are some people, but if you pay attention, in the north, I'm from Sicily, so in the north it's full and packed from Sicilian and people from the south. And here in the summer, we are full from people from the north. So basically, and of course, we always go to Milan to concert, to the north of Italy. There's no such difference because, to be honest, I've been more welcoming in Milan, in the north of Italy, when I got to the gig, to the live show, or even to just a venue. They are more welcoming with me than here. So.
Okay.
I
don't know. I don't know. The few times I've been in Sicily,
you were welcoming as well.
I mean, it was quite cool, but also as tourists. I mean, so.
Yeah. No, but I mean, let's say we have a lot of good musicians as well. That unfortunately, maybe they just stay stuck with these things in their mind. Like, okay, I'm gonna pursue the music, I'm gonna just play, cover bands because I want to do that amount of money, and maybe their talent. The only thing that I would say about Italy is that for the people, for the bands, they have to push more and challenge themselves. Like, even try abroad at the beginning, because we have it, and I see that every day. And because people from, I don't know, UK, even Canada, they are more likely, challenging themselves. We don't tour, we don't pay our money, but something is moving here in Sicily as well. So we have we have a stuff. I mean, Secret Sphere, we have an extreme band like Necrodeath, Bulldozer. I mean, we can say a lot of bands, Vanadium back in the 70s, the old and dear Pino Scotto. So a lot of people.
But at the same time, I have to say the new generation is quite cool in my opinion, because we have, for example, I don't want to talk about my bands honestly, but we have Windrose, we have, for example, Deathless Legacy, or also Frozen Crown. We have tons of bands out there that are doing tons of stuff.
They are amazing. Of course, Frozen Crown.
They are so cool.
We have different, basically a little bit of everything.
Exactly.
I wish that they were more bigger in Italy. That's what I would love, to be bigger in Italy and to just fill the stadium like they would do in a tour. Because if you like Serenity, Temperance, Frozen Crown, you go abroad, people are insane, crazy, as well in Italy. But it's not easier. For example, came in Sicily, there will be maybe 50 people at the show, because that's all you got. But if some band, for example a band even from Sicily goes to Germany or Slovenia, they were interviewed like, who you are guys, with this weird Greek sound, the black metal Greek, like what's going on. So we should be more aware as Italian as well of the gift we have. And about everyone, and as well, I think, I don't want to go into politics, but as well we should have more help from people as well. But coming back to the album, the track list have amazing titles. I don't want to dig in niche songs because we got lost in it, and I want that the fan and the listener just find out themselves about the sound. But if you would give an adjective the sound of the last album, how you would describe it?
I would say probably epic, because it's even more epic than the previous stuff before. We already talked about this long track Reflection, but also for Crowned by the Angel, or Solace of the Cross, or Ritter to den Teufel. I think this is probably the first track with a German chorus in the Temperance history, and it's quite epic, I have to say.
Beautiful. But of course, let's say for example, I bought the album, and I will start with the track. But if I want to listen one track, like as the beginning. Yeah, it's not an easy question, I know, but just in your mind, it doesn't mean, just to be clear, it doesn't mean that's your favorite, you prefer that beyond the other. But in your opinion, just like as well a composer, what do you suggest to say to the people to listen like as well, for example, the first or the second track in your opinion? Let's say at the moment, so while you're here at 1:22 p.m. of the, what day is it? Wednesday? On Wednesday, the 18th. So let's start.
Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah.
I would say probably the second single of the album, "The Fallen Man," with Roy Khan, the former singer of Camelot, because we receive such a fantastic feedback for this song. I think we will start the upcoming shows with this track as well. So I would say "The Fallen Man."
That's good, because you basically are introducing my next question, which is that you are going on tour with Serenity in a few. So, how do you? I mean, you're not exhausted?
No, I'm not at all. No.
You're on tour, and then on the 25th you will start the tour again with Serenity. So it's a long journey. So
it is, but music in general is a long journey. So
and where you're, I mean, this tour where it's gonna, which part of Europe mainly that you can remember, of course, but because you're like, I can understand touring, you have a lot going on, but in general, I mean, when you will start, which city, country are you covering?
So now with Serenity we'll play 3 special shows in Austria.
Okay.
In Vienna, in Styria, and in Borgo, not so far from Innsbruck. Then we'll play 4 big shows in Borgo, and then we'll play 1 festival in Netherlands. At the same time, Serenity and Temperance. So I will play double time in November 4th. Yes.
And
Yes.
Yeah. You were saying? Sorry.
No, sorry. And with Serenity we'll go for the very first time in Serenity history in Japan in December. And then the 70,000 tons of metal at the end of January. And
that's a fucking big achievement.
And then
that's cool.
And then in February we'll play the Serenity tour start will be against Serenity and Temperance every night.
Yeah, but I thought there will be some dates of Serenity and Temperance, but they will cover Italy too.
There will be, sorry?
Some dates, some live shows of Serenity and Temperance as well that will cover Italy.
I mean, we'll do the same tour.
Okay.
So I will be able to play every night with both bands.
But I mean, in Italy, you're planning to do some live shows here?
No. Not so far. Nothing so far with Serenity, but for sure next year we'll come back with Temperance.
In Italy. Oh, that's cool. So, I mean, because I was talking with Christina a little bit, we meet there with, so that would be cool, because there will be a beautiful thing to see both Serenity and Temperance live, because, I mean, it's tough for you, I mean, but I think you're used to it. I mean, to play a little bit of both now.
It's fine, totally fine.
Yeah, but as well as, like, of course you get, because many guys, and especially guys, I don't know why not girls, many guys ask all the time, oh, which type of that musician? And because they take influences, you know. It's not like we are in the 70s, we have Fender Stratocaster and we put it in the, you know, Marshall amplifier. We are now in 2023, a lot of amplifier brands, a lot of changing. So, your personal and favorite gear that Marco you use usually, even the one that you're using right now.
So right now I have a deal with this brand from California called Ligator Guitar, and it's such a fantastic guitar. And since I'm lefty and left-handed, it's not so easy for me trying to find a proper guitar, I have to say. I mean, right now it's easier, but and this guitar is pretty cool. And about amplifier, I'm using a Helix, the digital one, since some years now.
Yeah, but it's easier. So that's, I mean, that this is something as well important, because a lot of people, you know, are as well left-handed, and it's not easy as well to play guitar. someone like Marco Pastorino reminds that to us. So if there is as well some new brands, some huge brand that does that as well, it's good to know that you mentioned that. And just before we kind of end the interview, I wanted to ask, so you will release some music video before the release of the album? There will be some other single released?
There will be one more single, End of Babylon, and will be out with a proper video. And I think will be a big part of the next shows with Serenity. We will play this song every night.
Wait, okay, so wait, so it was a pleasure, Marco, and I'm really thankful that giving me the time for having this interview while I'm touring. I understand it's not easy and it's tiring as well, especially at this time after lunch or something, you want to chill a little bit. So, where are you playing this evening? I mean, where you are headed now?
So yesterday we were playing Frankfurt, and tonight we'll play not so far from Hanover.
Okay.
And then tomorrow Netherlands, a couple of shows in Belgium, and then the last show Sunday again in Netherlands.
So, Mackenzie, I enjoy this show, and I hope that you will have a little bit of, rest in between.
Sure.
And have a good, really, it was a pleasure, really, because I read your name a bit the web, so it's a pleasure to meet you. Conoscerti, let's say in Italian, so let's play this proper in Italian, quindi buon riposo, divertiti e
grazie mille.
Le persone che non capiscono mettete sottotitoli se ci sono. Spero di vederti per fare qualche concerto. Buon viaggio.
Grazie mille del tuo tempo, del tuo supporto, e ci vediamo presto sicuramente. Dai, buona giornata.
Ciao Marco.
Ciao.